Hi, this is Angel from The Elegant Thread. Welcome to my channel about cross stitch. Today I have an FFO and a WIP parade. If that interests you, stay tuned. First things first, I got dressed, which is like a huge accomplishment. What? I'm sure maybe for some of you out there, you feel the same way. And the minute you turn on a camera, like your face breaks out. Like, really? Did I just break out like the minute I pushed play? Boing! So, it happens. Change of life. Gotta love it. So, let's talk about finished objects. Let's talk about what I've been doing forever. Sorry, been a while, but I have been preparing for market. So I've been furiously stitching models, and I have, oh, good gracious. Good gravy. Probably about maybe a dozen new releases this year. So it's very exciting, very exciting. Check with your local needlework shop. Ask them for what the new releases are. I'll be sending out kind of a little catalog of what I have available, and hold your breath because March is coming. So, okay. I did finish my Moo the Merrier from the Cross Stitch Designer Collective. We all got together and designed some cows. So yeah, it'll be fun. But I'm not going to show you that one because that one's a little surprise. But in the meantime, I did design this, and I sent it off to Lois from Lady Dot, and she did this wonderful finishing on it. And of course, I will include all of the finishing things that were used to make this adorable little pillow in the chart. And I call him the Royal Bluebird. So check him out. He even has a little piece of thread in his mouth and a little crown. Oops. Boop. There you go. There's the crown. So she did a really, really great job. So blue fescue velveteen. And this ribbon is called Rainy Ribbon, I think is what it's called. And then, what's this? I think I have it written down. Hold on. Stand by. Hold, please. Okay, I do. So, blue fescue velveteen and Rainy Ribbon, and this is Mossy Palms, and this is a crown charm. So, if you want to just run out there and get that before this is released, go right ahead. But she did such a fantastic job. And of course, he has crushed walnut shells inside, so it has some really nice weight to it. This is the nicest finish I think I've ever had. So here he is, Royal Bluebird. Hi there, I'm a Royal Bluebird. So he's gonna come out at market release, and this and a whole bunch of other fun things. So let's move on to the WIP parade. Now, WIP parades in general are really embarrassing things in the first place because I have WIPs. If you're not familiar with WIPs, it is a work in progress. So anything that has at least one stitch in it is considered a WIP. If it's no stitches at all, but you have the fabric and the floss and the chart or any combination therein, then it's just kitted. And all of those things are in what's called your stash, which for some people is very large. Mine used to be very small, but then there's this thing called Flosstube, and now mine's very large as well. So thank you, everybody out there, for the inspiration. I do want to mention, back to the thing of me getting dressed before we move on. So I've been talking to Janice from Noteworthy Needle. So if you want to clean out your closet, go talk to Janice, because the minute you do, you will get all this inspiration, and all of a sudden you'll be cleaning out your closet and getting dressed in the morning. So I don't know. So she has magic powers. Check her out. So, okay, let's move on to WIPs. Works in progress. I have some really old WIPs, and I was watching someone, I will look it up and let you know, who talked about historical WIPs and then current WIPs. And I have a little bit of those. So I have WIPs back from the day, like when I was stitching, and then I took a break of like 5 or 6 years, and then I came back to cross stitching. So I have those two kinds of WIPs. I have the really, really old stuff, which I probably need to get back to, and they're pre 2009 or 10ish. And then around 2015, 2016, I came back to cross stitching. And I think I've seen more than one, a couple at least, other floss tubers who have done the same thing, or cross stitchers, fellow needle workers who did that as well. So I don't know if there was like some strange planetary thing going on in the interim there, but you know, life gets in the way, and we all kind of came back to it at the same time, which is really fantastic. So I will show you all of them, the good, the bad, the ugly, and the very embarrassing WIP story. Stay tuned. Okay, I'm back. You didn't even know I left, but I had to go get all of my WIPs. So this is what I'm gonna cover today. Oh, sorry, Stony needs some things thrown. Okay, so this, I'm gonna cover this, this, and this is what I call the crypt of WIPs. It's like Egypt, where they go and they go like, and like dust comes flying out. So yeah, that's what we'll look at. And I just thought, to make this more fun, a little more entertaining and a little more interesting, let's open them together. So I have not prepared a thing. I have not opened these to check what they are. I have not made a list. Nada. So I don't know if I'll be able to tell you what they're on or not, but we'll go. Where shall we start? Let's start over here. Oh, I have one more. I do have one more. Let me grab it out of the closet. Okay, I am probably not going to cover the Rosewood Manor because I cover that in almost every video. Okay, so as I play with the dog. Okay, let's start with something you've seen before. You know, he runs over here, he has it in his mouth, and then he pokes you in the butt. Boop! Like, throw it. You ready? Okay, let's start with, you know what this is. Everybody say it together. My Harriet salt bag. Ta-da! So, these bags sold out very quickly. I haven't made more yet. Stand by. This is, of course, Harriet Salt from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. One of these, like, you know, I'll get around to that sometime in my lifetime. You know, the goal was like, oh, I'll do 1 letter a day, or I'll do 1 letter a week, or 1 letter a month. The best laid plans of mice and men. Nope. So, got my little stitching card, so I know what information it is. Here it is. Harriet Salt. Ta-da! That's embarrassing, because that's all I have. But here she is. And she's beautiful. So this is, I'm using Oversoir Silk, number 2646, if that matters to you. I am using a number 10 quilting needle to stitch this. Why? Because this is Zweigart Kingston Cafe au lait linen, 56 count. Holla! Let me tell you, girl, this is a little bit on the small side, but I need magnification for this. I mean, come on, I need magnification to read a book. So here it is. Oh, there it is. I'm sorry, that's a thread, that's my linen. But you know what, I do not have my needle inside. It is in the little piece of batting that I put inside to protect it. So there she is. You know, gorgeous. This is gorgeous. This cafe au lait color is just outstanding. It's really a creamy, beautiful color. So there it is, Harriet Salt, 1866. We got to get a move on because we have about 2 million more things to cover. Oh, and I made this cute little needle book to go with Harriet. Yes, I did. Okay. Oh, my needle threader is in there because when you're using a number 10 quilting needle, it's tiny. And I can't use my little trick that I do with my finger just to thread the needle. I did that in front of some friends the other day, and they were like, whoa, what did you just do? I'll show you sometime. Okay, there it is. Now let's go with this because there's not very many in here. You've all seen this before. What's in here? Something that matches the bag. That's what's in there. So we know that this is Saju fabric, and this is Saju fabric. This is the Paris one. Ta-da! And it is Saju threads. So clearly the chart must be a Saju chart. No, I'm not a Francophile or anything. Nope. Okay, here it is. This is one where it is from their museum collection. This is what it looks like finished. This is not the chart. This is the picture of it. So, motif fleureau au indien. So, there it is. That's what it's going to look like. And here it is. Not much. It was a kit, so the linen and everything came with it. But, and it's 2 strands of the cotton Saju thread. But, you know, I make a little bit of progress here and there. And it will eventually look like this. And it's a pillow. So that'll be so cute when it's done. And then I'm never giving it to anyone because it will have taken me 10 years to do. So everything is tucked away in the coordinating bag. Doo-doo-doo. So everything that I make, you know, my needlework sets, the project sheets, all of those things are things that I use. So just so you know. Oh, we know what this is. If you've been watching for any amount of time, you are familiar with this. Elizabeth Atkinson, the one that I started with the fabric oriented in the wrong direction. And now I will probably make a little pillow or something out of the bits of it that are done, and I have yet to restart it because my stomach turns every time I try, because I want to start it and I want to just like plow through it. So I'm not sure when I'm going to start it after you see all of this other stuff, after the market things are done, things like that. So here's the fabric that I bought to restart it. Yes, it does need to be ironed. And I'll show you what I did incorrect. I am stitching it with Oversoir 103 silks, the recommended in the chart. And this is Weeks Zweigart based linen that's parchment in 46 count. And this is what I did that was incorrect. But as you can see, it's oriented in the wrong direction. So that will become a cute little needle book or a pillow or something. I mean, maybe I can just go and just like, you know, finish a little square. I don't know. That'll be for a rainy day. Sure. There we go. How many Hands Across the Sea samplers will you see? Yeah, you would think I'd actually finish some. And then I'm going to have beautiful walls when all of these things are done. And by the way, this is going to be a long video. Sorry. Not sorry. There it is, Elizabeth Atkinson. And this is the one, my bag that I made completely upside down out of Irish linen. And, you know, it's mine. So, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. This is, of course, the Modern Folk Embroidery Fruit of Plenty, the 2021 Stitch Along. Now, I would be further along, and I would have finished all of January, which I have not. And Ellen did finish hers, and she's the Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour, and hers is stunning. How does she plow through and do things so fast? I don't know. The reason I did not finish January's is because I ripped out this top corner 3 times, and it's in silk. Why? Because I stitched it and I missed one of the lines. Then I ripped it out. I didn't rip it out far enough, and I restitched it in the wrong place again. And now I ripped it out a 3rd time, and I am bound and determined that that will be the very last part of this whole thing that I stitched. You know, you would think that I could count by now, but no. So this is the linen that I'm doing it on. This is Picture This Plus Fog in 40 count, and I chose 2 colors of Oversoir silk. Oh, yeah, it's stunning together. It is. And it will be stunning when I stop messing up and I actually do it. So here it is. And this is the section that I've ripped out 3 times. So, I mean, you can kind of see the holes are starting to fill back in a little bit. I just have to mesh it up a little bit. So I'm getting there. I'm moving along, and it is beautiful. And I do love it. But I had to stop stitching for fun because I've been doing a lot of stitching for market. So that's why the slow down, the screeching halt in stitching. Okay. Oh, please. While we put this up. And I do love the fog. Picture this plus fog is a beautiful fabric. So there's that. Let's put these away. One bin. Let's go to this one. Some of these are antique WIPs, let's put it that way. So I know what's in here, and it may never be done. Sorry, Mom, but yeah, I believe this is this beautiful fabric. This is the cross stitch, the Williamsburg ornament from 2019. This is what I have done, which is like almost nothing. I can't show you a picture because, oh yeah, I can. Here we go. I was like, all they have is the chart. That's what it's going to look like. And I even have the little wooden thing to put it on, all that stuff. I chose, here we go. I chose a Krynic Silk Mori milk pink color, this blue, and it is being stitched on something incredibly, you know, I have it written down somewhere, but this is, oh, here it is. 48 count antique white gander linen. So it's going to be a little smaller, but here it is. Yeah, on 48 count. Obviously 1 strand of the silk. I mean, it's going to be pretty. I started it there in Williamsburg, and that's how far I got, and I pretty much haven't touched it since then because I've been off stitching other things, but it's in a really beautiful bag. So, okay. What is this? Okay, this button is adorable. Look at that. Polka dots. Love me some polka dots. Okay, this is interesting. Yes. So, here's some linen. Here's the thread that I should be using. And here's a little pack of beads and everything that goes with it. But it is from MTV. And it is beautiful. It's my tiny pincushion. And I'm stitching it on the 32 count linen. It's it uses Romy's Creations cotton floss. It would be equivalent to DMC 814, so garnet. And I stitched it, and you know, I got, oh great, look, a little box, and then I have to do it. But I did something wrong because this piece of linen should have had 2 of these on it. So one should have been up here and one should have been down here, and I just put it right square in the middle, which is not the right thing to do. So I have 2 more pieces of linen, and I was going to start over and do it again so that you can, to get the box, you need to have 2 pieces, a top and a bottom. I only have a top. I could just do the top in red and then do the bottom just regular, but I don't know. It is beautiful. It's not, it just needs to be finished. And I have the pins and everything to go with it. But, you know, someday, has all the beads, all the embellishments. It is lovely. But there you go. I started that Celebration of Needlework 2019. Oh, you all know this. This is one of my original 3 bags ever that I bought way back when in Williamsburg, which caused the business that I own now of making needlework sets because I love them so much. So here it is. What's in here? Let's dig. Another embarrassing one. Okay, so this is A Most Noble Pursuit. You see this date? Yeah, that's what's embarrassing about it. So it is from the Sampler Circle in 2006. And I have Lakeside Linen, light exemplar, 36 count. I originally started it in August of 2007. And I realized that I did not like any of the colors that I selected. I did not like the fabric. I didn't like anything. So I pretty much got rid of all that, and I replaced it with some silks. I had the DMCs at first, so I bought silks, but I only bought the silks to do the first square, which I believe is this one here. And I then bought the Lakeside Linen Light Exemplar to start over. Oh, just in case you can't see, that's what it looks like. Listen, if you have stitched this, which, you know, there are probably a ton of people out there who have because it's been around since 2006. If you did stitch this, please send me a picture. Give me just a little bit of motivation. So I really wanted to do it because all of these, it's like a women's collective of cross stitch designers. And yeah, let's see what we have in here in this big fat bag. It's a little matching notions bag. Oh, okay. This is how I used to keep my floss. In these plastic bags. Okay. Whatever, right? So this is not cool. And then when I didn't have plastic bags, I just took Post-it notes and folded them over and stuck the floss in here. Okay. This is why I never finished it, because this is not workable. It's so difficult to get things in and out, and what a pain in the patuckets. Let's put it all back in there. See, you know, it's like, you take it out, you grumble, and then you put it up. So, and here's all the other DMC. I mean, literally, I had all the DMC for this whole thing. Not gonna happen. And then I started it. Here, you know, I had a good start on it, but it was on this, and I don't even remember what this is, but it's just too yellow. I mean, this doesn't look very good against it. It's just too yellowy. It looks like it's been in a house where somebody's been smoking for 40 years. It's just not, doesn't look good. So I replaced it with this. This is gonna be so much better when I do restart it. And then I bought, oh, I thought I bought the silks. Ooh, yes, I bought silks just to do that first square. And then I will go back. I mean, yeah, oh, here they are. Here they are, here they are. They're inside. Look. Now, doesn't that look better? Yeah, yeah. That's the colors that I selected. A little bit different than what was originally, the designer originally chose. Something a little more updated than, you know, 2006, and this beautiful fabric. So I think it will really be nice when I finally get around to do it. This technically, I am calling it a WIP because I have something that's stitched on the old piece, but this is actually considered kitted because I don't have a single stitch done. But someday, you know, if I ever like break my leg and I have nothing to do. So this is what the reason I call it a WIP. This eventually will become an orphan. And, you know, I'll probably give this to someone. Not yet, because I need motivation to be like, ugh, do it already. Okay. So, and all the DMC that goes with it. I mean, really, what was I thinking? So, I can barely fit it in here. It's so big. So much stuff. Okay, there it is. Oh, please. The fatty bombaddy. Let me put my sheet back in so that I know when I restart it. I can keep track. The second bag, that was one of the original 3. And what's in here? Oh, yet something even more embarrassing. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I'll ever finish this. This eventually I will become an orphan and I will give it to somebody, but I'm not yet because I'm going to give away the other one first. So, the exemplar. Okay, back before there was this thing called Hands Across the Sea, there was the exemplar. And they have been around forever. They do historical reproductions, and they're still in existence, and they still do the most beautiful historic reproductions in the entire world. So, yeah, there they are. So this, Johanna Rosina Fregegen from 1689. I mean, the girl was probably, I don't even know, 7 or something. Anyways, so here I am, much older, haven't done it yet. So I did it, I started it on R&R Reproductions French Vanilla. It's 40 count. Ooh, gosh, the reason you don't keep your needle in there, don't do that, but I did, okay. So, you know, I got a little ways. I started it, here it was. I'm not sure I'm digging the French Vanilla, but I might just keep going with it someday because it's this big. Yeah, that's a honking piece of linen right there. So yeah, someday I will. And when you're folding things, it's one of the laws of cross stitch that you must fold it with everything inside. That's the back, you know, fold it with your stitching to the inside. Because if you're like me and you started this in August of 2009 and you put it in a bag and you don't pull it out for 10 years, trust me, girls, it will be dirty if you don't put your stitching side in when you fold it. Okay, so there it is. That is a little bit of an embarrassing one because it's so old. That and The Most Noble Pursuit probably are my oldest WIPs. Probably. I mean, really, can you get older than that? No. And they don't even make these anymore. I'm using needlepoint silks, right? So when I run out, I'm screwed because they don't even make needlepoint ink silks anymore, do they? I don't even know. I'm sure I can find something that's current for today that's similar. But yeah, these are so old. Okay, this was my very first project ever where I stitched in silk. As you can see, I was not successful at it. So that is really a rainy day project. I don't know if I'll ever finish it, but I just can't give up. Can't give up hope. This is the third of the original bags. And when I pull out an original bag, you know that it is an old project. My stitching sheet is like blank. I didn't fill it out, you know? Oh, this is really humiliating. Hugely humiliating. Okay, so, because I've met the designer. And when I met the designer, I still hadn't finished it. And it's every time I see her face, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry. I never finished it, but I do love it. So here it is. This is what it will look like. A Woman's Garden sampler. I took a class in Williamsburg. Oh, many moons ago. That's what it's supposed to look like. But that's not what it looks like. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to find the beginning of the page because there's so many. I mean, it's very large. Okay. Catherine Theron, A Woman's Garden Band Sampler. Yeah, it's a big one. It's 426 stitches high. It's a big girl. So I did do some of it. You know, I've started. So not a halfway, not really halfway, but almost halfway. And the reason I came to a screeching halt, and I told her this, every time I see her, I tell her this, the letters. Once I got to the letters, you would think, oh look, they're like a little satin stitch letter, and they've got to be really easy. No, they are satin stitch, but what they are is they are a stitch, and then you pierce the linen, and then you do a stitch, and then you pierce the linen, and it is mind-numbingly difficult to pierce the linen when it is this tiny little count, and you know, some are fat, some are skinny. I mean, it really is a challenge. And if I change now and don't do it that way, you're gonna notice it. But you know what? I might as well just change now because you'll never notice it if I don't finish it. So, but it is stunningly beautiful, full of specialty stitches, which is what I love about it. So it is beautiful. Someday I'm gonna see Catherine Theron again, and I'm gonna say, yes, I did finish your sampler, and it is gorgeous. But now I just duck when I see her and I hide. So there's that. Oh goodness, this is a Japanese fabric. Love it. So okay, WIP. What's in here? What is in here? Oh, okay. To see the picture, I have to take this out. I'll put it behind. Okay. I don't know. This might not be an actual WIP. This might just be kitted. This is Hannah Heston. Samplers remembered. So 40 count straw. I believe Hannah Heston is a kit from summer school. So that's her. Yep. Attic Summer School 2019 was Hannah Heston. Oh, this is a much better picture right here. So I didn't actually start, I don't believe. No, Here's the linen. It's kitted. I have everything for it. I mean, check out this adorable scissor fob. Okay, so I have everything for it. I haven't started it because I had obviously so many other things started. I will eventually get to that. Here's another one. Oh, I know what this is. Yep, this might become an orphan at some point. I'm not really sure. Whew. Oh goodness. So this is from Forget Me Nots and Stitches, and here's all the floss that came with it, and it's on white fabric, and I got a good way. I did a retreat in 2019 in October in Amish country, and this was, I don't think there's a finished, she doesn't often include finished pictures. No. So it's this, which is not a finished picture. And by the way, I'm bursting into flames. Like literally, I'm melting, like right now. Okay, so in the New World, Remembering Humility Cooper, and I've seen the finished one, and it is stunningly beautiful. But of course, I'm stitching along, doing a really great job, and then boom, I get to these queen stitches. You're like, where? Yeah, right here. Queen stitches. And there are a ton of them. It's supposed to go like nee, 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 nee. There's supposed to be like 3 whole big things of the queen stitches right there. You know what I learned doing this on 40 count? I don't really much care for queen stitches. That's what I learned. So I kind of stopped. I came to a screeching halt. I mean, look, it's not very wide. It's just long, and it's not all queen stitches. The queen stitch is only right here. I could just drop down and do something else. I haven't done that. Instead, I folded it up, and I put it in the bag, and I pull it out, and I feel humiliated every time I pull it out. So there. That's what it is. There she is. Humility Cooper. Humility Cooper is humiliating. So, in her bag, she is. Adorable. Okay. What's in here? It may not actually be... Is there even a project in here? I don't even know. Oh, there is. Yes. This. There is Eleanor Brad, 1823, by Needlework Press. This is kitted because I have not started her yet. Oh, look, I found a pair of glasses though. Very cool. Oh yeah, here's the entire kit for her. So this is not a WIP, this is a kit, something that's kitted up. I just put her in a bag so that I can grab and go at some point. Like, you know, I have nothing to do, right? I can just like, oh, here's one. I just grab it and then I have everything I need to actually stitch it. Not gonna happen. Oh, goodness. Whew. It's like a clown car. Like things keep coming out. Okay, I don't even want to show you this. This is not cross stitch. It's embroidery and I didn't get very far. It's embarrassing. This is supposed to be my sweet bag. The problem with embroidery is that like there are no X's. Like you just kind of go. It's not type A enough for me. Okay. Ta-da! What do I have in here? It's like, ooh, yes. Brick House Sampler. Love it! You know, I've been wanting to do this. I mean, Brenda Gervais can do no wrong, but it is stunning. This is actually just kitted. I haven't started it yet, so this is what I'm going to stitch it on. It's a Newcastle 40 count unbleached linen. Gorgeous. Against the red, I think it will be stunning, but it's just kitted up. I haven't really started it yet, but I want to because it's beautiful. The larger version of that little bag that you saw. Ooh, this is the sweet bag. This is like all the rest of it. So here, there, sweet bag. That's what it, you know, supposed to be. And like, oh, this is, you see this, right? I mean, that's not even the end of it. There's a whole nother book in here. So as you can see, it's for such a small little square, 2 of them, it's huge. Like they're so, this thing weighs like 20 pounds. I don't even, someday maybe, you know, that might, I don't have children, Someone might inherit it when they buy it at a thrift store after I'm gone. So there's that. I have so many I can barely get them in here. Oh, look what I found. This is just stash right here. This is not kitted or anything. It's just stash. But you know, buy all the Blackbird. That's another rule. Oh, can we even get these things in here? How? How did they come out? It's like a clown car. Hold, please. Oh my gosh, I can't even get them in. Okay, we'll just pile them up and get it there. Okay. So, time to open the crypt. What is in here? Okay, these are not as old. That bag that I just showed the humiliating WIP parade of, those are my oldest. Those are antique WIPs. These are some of the more current WIPs, and most of these, I believe, are just kitted. They're not actually WIPs. They are my dreaming, my daydreams. If I had all the time in the world, which I do, and I still don't stitch them, if I had unlimited mental capacity to actually stitch all day, these are the things I would get to. In my bird bag, which is my favorite fabric, Indigo Lane. I mean, some people have stitched this with a needle and thread. Brenda Gervais, again, can do no wrong. This is stunning when it's stitched. And there's even this little thing on the back. So I did buy this to stitch it on. And this is 36 count R&R. I cannot read what it says. So, oops. There it is. That is just a little, that's kitted. So that's not, it's only partially kitted actually. Butterfly bag. What's in here? Oh yeah, look at this cute little matching notions bag. This is Sally Stansfield, 1841, from Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I think there's a Sal for this. Am I in the Sal? No, because this is just kitted. I haven't actually started. Here's the linen. I mean, the linen. Duh. Here's the floss for it. Obviously, I'm using Auversois 103, and I'm stitching it on 56 count. Weeks Dye Works Zweigart Base Confederate Gray. Isn't that gorgeous? It's gonna be stunning. Someday, it will be stunning. I might have to, be in a nursing home when I finish that, but oh, I just want to get them out and look at them because they're so beautiful, I mean, look at this color. Look at it. It makes me like drool down the side of my face because, oh, look at these colors. Oh my goodness. They're beautiful. Okay. I did keep one of the Japanese indigo bags because I love them. So here it is. Elizabeth Beaven. Yay! Elizabeth Beaven, 1835. Obviously, Hands Across the Sea Samplers. Okay, I had this whole run on Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I ended up buying like 5 of them. So here they all are. Because they're all beautiful, these are just kitted up. So these aren't actually stitched. And the reason I kept the indigo bag, anyone who has the indigo bags will realize they're long, they're horizontal, and it fits one of those long European sized charts so perfectly. Okay, what is in here? I love me some toile. Look at this. The roof is on. I mean, this is some good sewing right there. Okay. Oh, in here I keep this, which is an entire kit. This is what it looks like. See, it's so tiny. Yeah, it's a kit. Everything that's in here comes with it. And it's from the Heart's Content. It is a reproduction sampler. Everything you need in here. And the Heart's Content does everything over one. Look, it could be like 40 count linen over one. So, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful reproduction sampler, but I just need to get around to it. But I keep it inside, kind of a matching Here's the other one. I didn't sell these because I just love the toile so much. Oh yes, this is from Sassafras Samplers, Elizabeth Cooper. I think she did Kim did a Flosstube, and then I saw it, and then I just swooned, and of course I bought it. So I'm going to be, when I get around to stitching it, this is kitted. Pecan shortbread, 30 count. This is for the over one version of Elizabeth Cooper, and look at those silks. Oh yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Kim did a beautiful job on that one. Go check out Sassy Jacks. More toile. Okay, I have an entire roll of this. I love this stuff. I mean, check out this sewing. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but toot toot. Okay. Oh, I love it. This is When Thou Art Rich, which, you know, when I first saw this one, I thought, you know, it's all right and stuff. It kind of reminds me of a Scottish sampler, but when you see it in person, again, you swoon, you buy it, you kit it up, and then it's here in your stash. So here it is in my stash. I'm going to be stitching it on when I get around to it. I don't even, how do you read this? Straw flower. Yeah. It's 5260 straw flower. So this is something those folks at the attic, you know, convinced me that I could do this. They convinced me that on, I think it's a Lakeside linen straw flower, vintage straw flower, that I could stitch When Thou Art Rich on 5260. Yeah. I mean, it's gorgeous. This is an absolute gorgeous. Oh, ignore the needle. Busted. Boy, the cross-stitch police are going to come any minute and just arrest me. The cross-stitch FBI is almost here. Yeah, beautiful. Straw flower is gorgeous. And that will be gorgeous when that is stitched. So obviously we're into a whole bunch of just kitted up now. I don't even know if we got any more whips. We've morphed into something else. Yeah, all of these bags are definitely gone. They're gorgeous Paris fabric with hot air balloons and all that stuff. It was really, really nice. And I lined it with this French linen tea towel. Love it. Okay. And here I put Jane Vaughn, 1724. I mean, this girl is not little. She a big girl, yeah. So I actually made, for Jane Vaughn, I made a project roll that would hold Jane Vaughn. So it's like 4 feet long. I don't even know, it's you know, big enough to hold her when I finally get around to stitching her. Look at this cute little matching notions bag. But for now, she's just kind of kitted up. Guess what is in here? Duh, probably another Hands Across the Sea sampler. Oh, imagine that. Miss Marianne Bourne, 1791. What is this? Something igloo? Boogie igloo, or what do they call it? Jungle igloo. Yeah, the jungle igloo. This people are doing as a stitch along. So if you run right out there and buy this, there are people who have stitched it, are currently stitching it, and they're all posting on Instagram and Facebook. You can see lots of beautiful, beautiful finishes of Miss Marianne Bourne. Gorgeous. So that is called the jungle igloo. It's a beehive, a bee skip, but it does kind of look like a jungle igloo. So, notions bag. I mean, I just kept it so I have all these beautiful kits. Okay. Oh, this one's nice too. Harriet Hartland. Oh, I love Harriet Hartland, 1782. She's one of the first Hands Across the Sea samplers I fell in love with. So, have I started her? No, sir, I have not. But I do have this beautiful bag to keep her in. And the reason I picked this blue, this beautiful blue fabric, is the blue flowers in here are just stunning. So that's what attracted me to it, I think. These green trees and these beautiful blue flowers. You know, it's weird what attracts us to a pattern, but that's it. When I saw this fabric, I just thought of it. So I don't know why that's how my brain works. Oh, more toile. There is something in here though, because it's fat. Oh my goodness, this is this is an entire, oh, this is a kit. Okay, this is a kit from the Heart's Content. It's another it's a housewife, you know, a housewife. So it's a project roll, a little sewing kit that rolls up. And here it is. And it's the kit for everything. Because when I saw it, it was just stunning. When you see things in person, then you go out and buy things. Okay. Oh, there's that. Oh, this one doesn't even have a bag. Lucy Navier. Okay, I was never going to buy the Queen of the May. I was never going to stitch the Queen of the May. This thing is huge. It's the size of like a 55-inch TV. I don't know. It's huge. But, you know, I'm standing there in the attic with Nicola Parkman, and she says, you need to buy this. So I put it in my cart, and I buy it. Because I'm a dunce, right? So, because I was like fangirling all over her. Okay. And, oh, we're getting to the bottom of this. Oh, these are, okay, there's a whole bunch in here. I'm not even gonna, next time. We'll get this next time. These are also kitted up. Something from Janice, and Know Where the Needle. Yeah, okay, I'll get to those next time. Okay, my friend, we're at 40 minutes. Wow, that was the fastest WIP parade known to man. But let's put everybody back in their house. Back into the crypt, everybody. Back in, daylight's coming. You little Dracula pieces. So, you know, you're like, wow, you make needlework sets? Now you can see why I make needlework sets, because I have a lot of WIPs. Sure do. Ugh. Okay, let's move the crypt. Oof. My goodness, like, I don't know, bits of bugs and stuff. I don't even know what's in there. Okay, so it's only 40 minutes. We have just a few minutes. Let's go over. Let me show you a needlework set. Here are all my needlework sets currently. Let's look at one of the fun ones. So I just posted on Instagram, and I was thinking, you know, it's Route 66 and on the road again. When we can get back on the road again, I have a whole bunch. Obviously, I have been missing travel because I have made a whole bunch of travel sets. I do. I have Wanderlust. So here they are. Here are the Route 66 sets. Let's look at all three of these just because they're fun. So this is some adorable fabric. This is part of the new collection, so it's completely directional. Is this not gorgeous? So this is a vegan leather flap, cute, adorable little domino. I mean, come on, you know, it's Route 66. It's lined in a map of Route 66. And this one has a matching Notions bag in the map, lined in this adorable little polka dotty color. And let's see. I'm not going to take these completely out because it'll take too long. But the scissor fob in red, white, and blue, and has a little American flag on it. There is a chatelaine with a little camper trailer on there, and it says always take the scenic route. Yep. And the needle minder is an American flag. So they kind of all, you know, go together in that set. Okay, that's a cute set. And then, so there are three in this series. This one, I thought, again, the beautiful Route 66 fabric that's really fun. And this is the vegan leather flap, and this is a gear. So I made this a compound button by putting gears on top of each other, and I ended up making that. So it's actually a little bit raised. It has some texture to it. I thought it kind of reminded me, you know, Route 66. You drive your car on Route 66. These are gears. Well, lined as well in the map fabric. And it has a matching Notions. And on the matching Notions, I also put a little gear. And inside, little red, white, and blue-ish. It's the matching colors. Scissor fob. It has a beautiful scroll heart charm. And then it has a heart needle minder with gears. Okay, notice the theme here? So, that is too cute. This is for the gear head. Wouldn't that be? That's great. Total Route 66. Here is the last in the series. Again, great Route 66 fabric. vegan flap, domino closure, map. This one's a little bit different. It has the map and the domino closure. This one, unlike the other ones, comes with a third notions bag. So if you have a really big project, this one would be great for that. You could keep your scissors and your threader and other things in here. You could keep your floss in here and your project in here. That's the way I designed it. And this one is really cute. It has, the scissor fob has a camera, a little camera charm at the bottom, and it has a Route 66 needle minder. So this one really does have kind of everything and a bag of chips. It's like all that and a bag of chips. Okay, these are really great. So all of these are really great. Those are just something I was highlighting this month. I'm gonna continue to go through and put my travel things on there. I have so many more Wanderlust based sets that really, since you can't travel physically, let's all travel with our needles. Needle and thread, great way to travel. So, especially if you're doing a Hands Across the Sea sampler because it's coming from England. So I hope you had fun watching my humiliating WIP parade, but you know what? It'll be the same WIP parade next year because I don't think that I'm going to finish all of those. My goal is maybe finish one of those old WIPs before next year because I have a lot of projects, a lot of designs that I'm coming out with in the next year that are gonna blow your mind, and I have to stitch all of those models too because I don't have a model stitcher yet. So it was great. Thank you for stopping by. It's wonderful to see you, wonderful to chat with you, and I hope you got a lot of stitching done while you watched me not stitch at all. Talk to you next time. Oh, before I go, Mary Good, I'm sending you the Share the Stash from Christmas. I sent you a message, but I didn't get a reply, but I think I might have your address. So I was going to dig that out today, and I will try and get that in the mail today to you. And I will post down in the comments the person who I'm going to share my orphaned Quaker sampler chart with. So talk to you next time.